Alright, so we now have just one event left on our second ticket, and that event is called Mucked Up, where the venue we are going to is called the Mudpool, and where the vehicle we have to use is a big rig. Let's finish off this ticket. So we get a choice between the Castro Varadero, or Varadero, whichever way you want to pronounce it. And well, I think it's probably preferable if I use this in another part of the game. So, I think for this, I want to use the Molotov, because this thing is chungus big. It's probably the size of a dump truck. And as for the liveries, well, already driven a car in red. But again, I think I'm going to use this car because it's in dark grey. Yeah, let's use the Drago for this. Always remember what surface your vehicle likes best. Watch where your rivals go. If they're in the same vehicle, follow them. So we do get some neat little tips here about how exactly we can more or less win the races, or at least complete the events, if you want to call them that. So yeah, just waiting to see if this game will load, and here it is. It is now time for our final event on the second ticket. And away we go. And we have a total of 12 opponents in this race. And we've got a total of 3 laps to set around this circuit. Of course, the boost tank is now activated, and so we begin the first lap of the Mudpool. And already I can notice some guys are having trouble trying to navigate their way around this circuit, including myself in fact. And now already up to the 4th position, as of which both the buggies I think by now have probably wrecked. So that does now move me up to 2nd position. I have no idea who is leading this thing, and trying of course to get myself freed from one of the big rigs, and apparently as a result the contact had really costed me a couple of positions, and already it looks as though someone just flipped. And now it looks as though this is clearly going to be a battle of the big rigs around this circuit here today. It does not look as though the buggies are going to be in contention for the win, it doesn't look like. As I use the boost tank to my advantage, and now up into the lead I go, and now, at the present time, it appears as though everything is going well. Well, unless you would account for me going straight into the rock, but whatever. I now lead for the first time here at the Mudpool. And really trying my hardest to pretty much hold on to the position, having no major flaws here at the Mudpool as it currently stands. And there is pretty much a freight train of big rigs right behind me. They're really trying to see if they can close in. And of course I am having to use the brakes a fair bit just so I don't slide around too much. And also hitting some debris in the process, which probably did cost me a little bit of time, but not too much time I don't think, because I'm still in contention for the race win, as we now begin the money lap here at the Mudpool. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Can I hold off the challenges of my opponents? Hopefully I can. We will just have to wait and see. And yep, this race is basically dominated by the big rigs. Probably because they seem to get more of a threshold compared to the rest of the competition. Or so it appears. Doesn't look as though the buggies are in contention for winning this race. Looks as though the top 6 is going to be clearly dominated by the big rigs for this race. No one appears to be not using a big rig inside the top 6 positions, and I've got no challenges from behind me, and as long as I don't bottle this, it should be an easy win. There we go. And I do a slide to finish the race. I pull off the slide jump. And now, just focusing on the thumbnail shot. Trying to see which one will probably suit my rig best. Or my truck, since that is basically what this is. This is more or less a truck. Alright, well, I think that should do it. So, for the classification order, ultimately the top 6 basically dominated by the big rigs, as of which we only had 1 buggy inside the top 6 in the end of that. So, margin of victory overall 3.4 seconds to P-Tess, and the Clown rounds out the podium by finishing 3rd, and 1 buggy is in the top 6, as of which the majority dominated by the big rigs. And then for the rest of the top 6 we had Benno, Tom Pullen and Chuckles, and as for the rest of the classification order we had Savage ahead of the chairman, Marco McCormack was the last of the big rigs, and then the bottom 3 were dominated by buggies. Mike Long ahead of Rachel Norton and Nate Lynette, completing the order for Mucked Up. And so, there we go. Our second ticket is now already complete in the first 4 episodes. And we have unlocked another ticket as a result, and also as well as that we have unlocked another vehicle. And I think this is one of the rally cars as far as I know, along with also the paint jobs, which is pretty cool. But anyways, there we go. Already our second ticket is complete, and now we have just 1 ticket left in level 1, and then following this we can move onwards to level 2. So, our second ticket is now complete, and next time we shall be getting onwards with ticket number 3 of level 1. We have 4 races left in level 1. Then we can move onwards to level 2. So, 2 tickets are down and still 1 ticket to go for the first level, and then we can move onwards to the Deuce level. Stay tuned.
Got no reason to say